Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Now, earlier this week, there was a big piece of watch news, and that is Tourneau, the most iconic and largest US AD and retailer of watches, was sold to Bucherer. Now, Bucherer is a European AD and also the owners of the Carl F. Bucherer brand. And this is some pretty big news for a few reasons, and it's exciting. But of course, before we get started, today I'm wearing my vintage Atlantic Worldmaster on a NATO strap because I don't currently have a lizard grain strap that I really want to wear this on. Patina to perfection and a fantastic value. So if I told you how much I picked this up for, you wouldn't believe me. And also, I wanted to give a little shout out to my website, Delray Watch Supply. That's delraywatch.com. We just got a ton of new stock in. The Girard Perregaux Seahawk, the new version, one of the toughest dive watches out there with an in-house movement. We got a Fortis Spacematic, a hell of a watch for well under $1,000. Not to mention, we got the new Longines Navigation Big Eye, one of the cool vintage-inspired chronos that's really hard to get right now, and we have it brand new, never worn. So take a look at delraywatch.com, link in the description below. But anyway, Bucherer buying Tourneau. Well, why is this a big thing? Well, for my US viewers, you guys know who Tourneau is. Over 30 US brick-and-mortar locations, and probably the most iconic AD out there. Now, I did used to work for Tourneau for a very short period of time, 6 or 7 years ago. And Tourneau is a company that recently has not been doing too well. They were family owned and then they got bought by an investment group. I believe it was Leonard Green. And Tourneau is a great place to go look for watches. You know, they've got a great selection. They have stores located everywhere. And in my honest opinion, it hasn't been a great place to buy watches in a long time. I mean, see, in my opinion, I've made videos about this before. I think buying at ADs is great. And you can shop in two ways. Either you can shop for the best price, in which case you get the full AD warranty, you get a great negotiable price, and you walk out and you're happy, or you shop for a great customer experience. And that's when you go in, very knowledgeable sales staff, you sit down, you have a glass of champagne, beautiful catalogs. The experience is great. Now, whether you shop for price or experience, it's different. But an AD's got to offer one or the other. And in my honest opinion, Tourneau was pretty bad at both of those things. As sales staff, at least when I worked there, it was highly commission-based. So it was very, very pushy. There were no amenities for customers. In the Tourneau store, Time Machine, once again, I haven't been there in a couple years, but when I worked there weren't even places for customers to sit down. It really didn't make for a pleasant experience. Now, add on the fact that their pre-owned is ridiculously overpriced, and they weren't really big into discounting. The only real reason to buy a watch at Tourneau was the 36 months interest-free financing. And of course, this affected their bottom line. I mean, sales just were not good and have been declining everywhere. Tourneau's closed a couple of locations, sales staff turned over like a revolving door, which, is strange because it's such an iconic name and they were a great place to buy watches, when it was a family-owned business, but not so much anymore. Now comes in Bucherer, forget the watch brand, but the AD, also Bucherer in Germany, one of the most prestigious ADs out there. And I think they're going to really shake things up. I'm not sure, but if I had to guess, I'd say they're going to make the experience a lot more luxurious, a lot more customer-centric, a lot more product education for their sales staff. They're going to make people want to shop at the new Tourneau. Bring in amenities like sparkling water, a little champagne if you're buying something expensive, comfy couches. They're going to make it a place that you should want to shop. And if, for example, Wimpy Fifth Avenue, I work there as well. Best place to buy a watch for the experience. Top notch. And I think Bucherer is going to bring that to Tourneau. I also think they're going to bring in jewelry. So Tourneau is only a watch store, but if you guys don't know, in the business of ADs, a lot of stores also sell jewelry. And the truth is, the real margins are made on jewelry, because while a watch has a 40 to 45% margin, jewelry has a 2 to 300% margin. So I think bringing in jewelry is a really smart business move if they do it, to boost up the numbers. Not to mention, Tourneau is was such a mismanaged company in my opinion, and Bucherer is one of the most prestigious jewelers in the world. It just makes sense for them to come into the US, come out swinging, take over 30 locations, the most iconic retailer in the second most important watch market in the world, that is North America. Not to mention, they also own a brand, Carl F. Bucherer, and they're going to be able to put their brand into 30 stores all across America. Because Carl F. Bucherer is a really nice brand, a really cool brand, a brand I like, but they're not exactly popular. I think this is a home run for Bucherer. I think someone should have done this years ago, because Tourneau honestly hasn't been at the top of their game for a while, and it's about time. Guys, what do you think? Especially my American viewers. What are your experiences with Tourneau recently? Have you had any? Were they positive? Were they negative? Let me know in the comment section below. And what do you think of this move? Are you excited for the quote-unquote new Tourneau? Let me know. And of course, check out delraywatch.com for a great selection of pre-owned watches, or maybe if you just need your watch serviced, we offer that too. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.